Now that I told you how much you can get paid, let me tell you what it is that you'll be getting paid for. Let's start with the DLeaF Action Plan. The DLeaF Action Plan is based on ISTE standards and is aligned with SFUSD's vision, values, goals, and guardrails. The DLeaF Action Plan is a way for you and your school's leadership to identify and set goals around tech integration. It is a long and seemingly overwhelming document, but I assure you that it is not as daunting as it looks. Let me show you what's inside. There are 3 stages in creating the action plan: making a plan, ideally with your admin and ILT, implementing the plan, and reflecting on the process. We would love for you to complete the first stage of making the plan by our first meeting, if possible. I know that still sounds daunting, so let me show you the steps. The first step is to do a self-assessment of how your school is performing around different ISTE standards. You and your leadership team will look through the action plan and find standards that your site is doing well with and ones where you think there is room for growth. The second step is to create a SMARTY goal based on your identified area of growth. SMARTY stands for strategic, measurable, ambitious, realistic, time-bound, and equity-focused. We have some examples embedded for you in the action plan template. Step 3 gets you to think about how you are going to get the rest of your staff to go along with this plan. Who will you work with? When and how are you going to disseminate information? What other strategies will you need to use? I'm going to pause here at step 3 because those are the steps that we'd like to see by the first virtual meeting. All the previous DLeaFs that I've talked to said that they were able to finish steps 1 through 3 in just a 30-minute meeting with their admin or ILT. The next 2 steps happen over the course of the year. Step 4 has you capture some documentation and artifacts of your plan in action. Step 5 has teachers from your school reflect on the process to capture impact and help improve things for next year. I really hope that explanation made this seem less daunting, because it's a great process that we hope you participate in. Our next deliverable, family support. This year we are continuing to support DLeaFs with strengthening family technology partnerships at their schools. For the past few years, we have noticed that when schools develop family technology partnerships, some of the barriers that prevent family participation are dismantled, and consistent two-way communication between families and schools becomes the norm. We have seen that when district systems such as ParentView, Seesaw, and Google Classroom are implemented school-wide, they provide continuity across the grades and ease of use for both families and educators. We know that this work at your site cannot be done by DLeaFs alone. When meeting with your admin to discuss the digital learning goals of your school site this year, we encourage you to identify a family tech team made of key family partnership advocates who will collaborate with you. Next up, we have the DLeaF Cycle of Inquiry portfolio. The DLeaF portfolio takes you through a cycle of inquiry that involves choosing a focal topic and focal students that you conduct empathy interviews with. You will then use data from those interviews to formulate an essential question. There's space in the portfolio and time at virtual meetings dedicated to planning, documenting, analyzing, and reflecting on your implementation. Feel free to browse through the portfolio, and you'll get a copy of it through our Google Classroom. There's also a video that orients you to the doc and its contents. Keep an eye out for versions in Adobe and Seesaw coming soon. Moving on to site support. Really more of site celebrations, but you're supporting your site in celebrating. Earning site certification for digital agency through Common Sense Education means that you ensure that the majority of your students at your school receive at least 3 digital agency lessons. Then you fill out their quick and easy application form and send the confirmation email to me. Participating in Digital Agency Month and Digital Learning Month provides opportunities for you to highlight some of the great work being done at your school, and hopefully encourage other staff members to try out something new. We have guides and choice boards available for you to help plan what your celebration will look like, and your cohort partner can assist with any aspects of the events as well. Our last deliverables are DLeaF opportunities. DLeaF opportunities are trainings and professional development sessions hosted outside of the DLeaF meetings that you can still get compensated for. They include workshops from our partners like Adobe, Common Sense, KQED, and AIEDU, as well as other SFUSD departments. We are finalizing the calendar of opportunities now, and we will have it available to you in a week or two.